My husband and his sister publicly accused me of infidelity at my baby reveal party. So I exposed their $100K embezzlement scam and destroyed their perfect image. I'm 29F, married to Jake, 34M, for 8 years. We have a 6-year-old son together, and I'm currently pregnant with our second child. We both have full-time jobs, but Jake has always been the one who managed all our money. I never questioned it. He seemed responsible, and I was busy with work, pregnancy, and raising our little boy. Everything felt stable, until his younger sister, Megan, suddenly needed a place to stay after what she called an ugly breakup with her long-term partner, Tom. I welcomed her with open arms. I cooked for her, listened to her cry, helped her feel at home. I genuinely wanted her to heal. Little did I know the entire story was fabricated. The real explosion happened at the baby reveal party I had spent weeks planning. Balloons, catered food, both sides of the family, close friends, everyone was beaming. I was about to make the official announcement when Jake and Megan exchanged a strange glance. I ignored it and smiled, ready to share our joy. Instead, they stepped forward together and cut me off. In front of 30 stunned guests, Jake started shouting, asking how I could betray him like this. Megan jumped in, claiming they had undeniable proof that I'd been unfaithful and that this baby might not even be his. They didn't show a single piece of evidence, just dramatic accusations and tears. The room went dead silent. People's faces shifted from happiness to horror. Some started whispering. A few pulled out their phones. I stood there frozen, 8 months pregnant, being called a cheater in my own home on what was supposed to be one of the happiest days of my life. Jake stormed out. Megan ran after their mom. Guests awkwardly trickled out, throwing pitying glances my way. Within minutes the house was empty, and I was left holding the "it's a girl" cake that now felt like a sick joke. I grabbed an overnight bag, picked up my confused son who had witnessed everything, and drove to a quiet hotel on the outskirts of town. I checked in under a fake name because I couldn't face anyone. I was painted as the villain and had zero way to defend myself in that moment. The next afternoon, there was a knock on the hotel door. Somehow they had found me. Later, I learned my dad had let it slip. Jake and Megan walked in crying, begging, claiming the entire scene at the party was just a prank that got out of hand. A prank. They thought falsely accusing a pregnant woman of infidelity in front of her entire social circle was funny. Their panic wasn't really about the prank, though. It was about what I had started discovering. A couple of weeks before the party, while preparing for the new baby, I had logged into our accounts to check savings. Over $100,000 was missing. Credit card balances were suddenly sky-high when we always paid in full. Large transfers were going out to Megan's account, disguised as random expenses. When I gently asked Jake for statements, he snapped, accused me of not trusting him, and turned it into a fight. Megan later cornered me, gushing about what an amazing husband I had and how I should never doubt him. It felt rehearsed. After the party humiliation, I dug deeper. The timeline matched perfectly. The breakup with Tom never happened. Megan and Jake had been stealing from the small company she co-owned with Tom, slowly at first, then bolder. When Tom noticed and threatened legal action, Megan fled to our house with a fake sob story, and Jake helped her launder the money through our joint accounts to make it untraceable. The fake cheating accusation wasn't random cruelty. It was a desperate distraction because I was getting too close to the truth. Back at the hotel, I laid every bank statement, every transfer, every screenshot on the table and watched their faces collapse. I told them I was done protecting them. They sobbed, pleaded, threatened that exposing them would destroy our family and ruin our children's lives. I called security and had them removed. For days, I wrestled with the fallout. Yes, going public would almost certainly end my marriage and shatter the kids' sense of security. But keeping quiet meant becoming an accomplice to felony embezzlement and letting 2 criminals walk free after they tried to destroy my reputation. I chose truth. I gathered both families, mine and the in-laws, under the pretense that I had something important to say. Many still believed I was the cheating wife. Some even thought the baby wasn't Jake's. I walked in with a folder thick with evidence and Tom by my side, ready to corroborate everything. I started from the beginning. The missing money, Jake's defensiveness, Megan's sudden appearance, the fake breakup, the laundering scheme. the staged public humiliation as a diversion tactic. I passed around printed statements highlighting every transfer. Tom calmly explained how they had stolen over $100,000 from the company he had built with Megan. My mother-in-law aged 10 years in 10 minutes. My father-in-law's fists shook with rage. My own parents broke down apologizing for ever doubting me. One cousin admitted Megan had borrowed money from her too and never paid it back, using the same breakup tears as a shield. Jake and Megan weren't present. They knew what was coming. The silence when I finished was deafening. Afterward, my parents begged me to move back home until the baby arrives. I accepted. Jake has been on an endless apology campaign, desperate to see our son. I finally allowed supervised visits, but made it crystal clear the marriage is over. Divorce papers are being prepared. Megan, predictably, went nuclear, voicemails full of vile names and threats. I forwarded everything to a lawyer and sent a single message through a relative. Continue, and this becomes a criminal case with police reports attached. The messages stopped instantly. A few days ago, I sat Jake down in my parents' living room and told him face to face, "We are done." He cried, promised therapy, swore he'd change, but some betrayals are too big to rebuild from. I assured him he will always be the children's father, and I will never keep them from him, but we will never be husband and wife again. For the first time in months, I can breathe. The whispers have turned from poor Jake to how could they do that to her? My name is cleared. My children will grow up knowing their mother stood up for herself and refused to be a doormat or an accomplice. The road ahead is still long: divorce, co-parenting with someone who committed felony fraud, raising 2 kids mostly alone while pregnant, but the fog has lifted. I'm focusing on my health, my son, and the little girl who will be here soon. I'm free, and that feeling is worth every difficult second of this fight. Thank you for watching my story. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and press the bell icon. Stay tuned for more real-life stories, get more experiences.